Take you on that culinary journey once again and make you reach dizzy heights in the kitchen. And as a special treat, I have the most amazing guest. He is a global personality, an Nasheed artist and a charitable campaigner. He is none other than Junaid Jamshed. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Have a seat in my kitchen. It is such a pleasure and honor to have you here.
Thank you very much.
And my other guest is a journalist and funnily enough is in the process of writing an autobiography on Junaid himself. She is Mariam Adams. Assalamu alaikum, Mariam. Welcome to my kitchen. How are you? Please take a seat. I am fine. Take a seat. Sitting comfortably, both of you.
Absolutely.
We are here on this beautiful summer's day. We are going to be making lovely food. Now, Junaid, you come from Pakistan.
I do.
So that's made me slightly nervous because I'm going to be making Pakistani cuisine.
Oh, seriously? And I'm a very good judge of the taste because I love eating.
Be kind.
Yeah?
That's all I'm going to ask you to do.
Okay.
Right, we're going to be making kebabs, lamb kebabs.
Oh,
we're going
brilliant.
to be making palau rice with a tomato base, and we're going to be making kachumber. Do you know what kachumber is, Mariam? Kachumber is that lovely salsa salad that we have that has that amazing cooling effect set against the spice of the meat and the rice, okay? And I'm going to ask you to be hands-on. Are you okay with that? Well, you're here now. So what I'm going to ask you to do first, Junaid, if that's okay, I'm going to ask you to please start chopping this very, very finely and the onion as well.
So, okay, to the best of my knowledge, this is how
Let me help you out a bit.
my mother used to do it. And you want it very finely?
Very
Is that what you
finely,
said?
please. Here, let me just, before you chop my fingers off.
Oh,
I need them, you know, I cook.
there you go.
There you go. So it's just those that you'll be using. Let's just set all these aside and just chop those very, very finely.
Brilliant.
So Junaid, you're living in the country at the moment?
I am. I'm actually setting up my stores the way I have them back in Pakistan. So I'm right in the middle of doing that here in the UK.
Your stores?
Clothing stores. Yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, you know, you started off in a group, didn't you? A singing group.
Well,
Vital
yes,
Signs.
That's
Let's not be modest. They were very big.
Yeah, some time ago, yes, and I think those were great times. We did some great music, and I was lucky enough to be part of band, yes, but to be in the company of some of the most talented musicians of their time.
Amazing.
Yeah. We don't have the vital signs, but we are still great friends. We are still together. And,
you still keep in touch with one another?
myself, Salman, Shahzad, we are also planning to do another national song, which very soon people are going to be watching.
Well, in here we've started making our palau rice. So I've started frying some onions. I've got probably about 3/4 of an onion here that I've sliced in about 4 tablespoons of
Beautifully
oil.
sliced, by the way. I was shocked. Very well sliced. So you must be a professional.
I was using the wrong knife. I just did what I could.
Really?
I kept
Oh,
Junaid
that was really
talking.
good.
I kept
Chop,
Junaid
chop, chop.
talking. So
We don't need to do this, do we?
we need to do that as well. But I think I'll give you a ras.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you deserve one. That was just too much hard work, wasn't it? Let me pass that on to
me?
Mariam.
Oh God, I was watching you thinking what a great job you've done.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes,
or would you
please,
prefer
please,
to?
please.
Are you sure about
Because
that?
my finger might be in there somewhere.
Okay.
And it's not going to be as good as yours. So.
Well, it's not great. But
So
we're better than
what
that.
I remember is when from cutting an onion, what I remember is you're
Frying.
supposed to, yeah.
How come you're not crying?
So it's
Are you used to it?
Is it not?
Do you know, actually, I have discovered through trial and error, and we
Yes.
are talking of a number of years here where, you know, it's happened, that I was crying profusely in the kitchen and the children wouldn't even come down to the kitchen while I was cutting onions. Then I found that actually, if you put an onion in the fridge and let it chill, it just stops those vapors from rising as you cut, so it's not as powerful, and somehow you just, you know, don't, it just doesn't have the adverse reaction that it normally does. So I think that's probably all we
That's
need.
very helpful.
How come our Our mothers and sisters back home don't know this.
You know
But
what?
I haven't seen them crying, so you
I have to say they probably enjoyed the crying.
Yeah.
It was
And
the emotion of cooking for
I
their
have a
family.
feeling unless and until you cry, probably there's something wrong with the onion.
Back to the pulao rice while Mariam's doing that. So pulao
Miriam
rice.
is very clumsy, so.
Don't worry about it. So pulao rice, the onions are back on the heat over here, and to that we're going to add our spices. Now, cardamom, green cardamom.
Really?
Love green cardamom in a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Doesn't it taste gorgeous? We're going to add about, I would say probably about 4 of those, because we're only making a cup of rice. We've got another strong flavour here, cloves. Cloves are exceptionally strong in their flavour, so I'm probably going to add about 4 there. Excellent medicinal qualities, cloves. Great for toothache. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I know.
You have a toothache, you suck on a clove and it gets rid of it. And 1 cinnamon stick, because again, very, very strong in taste. Probably just going to add about half of one of those. We're also going to put a stock cube in as well. And also, we're going to add about half a tin of chopped tomatoes. Okay, so that's all going to go in with some cumin seeds as well. Cumin seeds give that incredible rounded flavour, earthy flavour that we love in our pulao. Pulao rice, what is that basically? That's a seasoned broth with rice in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also we're going to add a little bit, I would say probably 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon of garlic and ginger pulp.
Brilliant.
Okay,
Brilliant.
so that's all going to go in and that gets stirred around. Let that cook for about 3 minutes or so. Let those spices totally infuse to make that broth and keep that on a nice heat. Right, in the meantime, we have got this here. That's your mince, your chopped onions and your chopped red pepper. Add some lovely fresh chopped coriander to that as well, because that just adds an
You don't think
incredible...
the onions are a bit too fat, or do they have to be thinner than that?
Do you know what? It all gets mixed together.
Okay.
It all gets mixed together in the end. We're going to add generous salt as well to bring out the flavour of that meat. Okay, we're going to also put some ground cumin. Some whole cumin seeds. That gives it a lovely crunch. And of course those cumin seeds just give that incredible flavour. We've also got some black crushed pepper here. This is what we're adding the black pepper to. Junaid, you were wondering about that.
Oh, okay.
Some red chili flakes.
Okay.
Okay, this all goes in together.
I was just wondering where will the chili come from? When will the chili come in there?
And then lastly, the binding agent. This is your gram flour. Now, you know what gram flour is, don't you? Gram flour is basically chickpeas that have been ground to a flour.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
so it's an excellent binding agent. That's about 4 tablespoons
Brilliant,
that go in there.
brilliant,
So then you don't need to worry so much about it falling apart. It will bind together nicely.
Now I'm just wondering, so that's where all the taste comes from. you
It's
know?
very, very simple.
Yeah.
And one more thing that we're going to add is, of course, your garlic and ginger paste, okay? So we're going to put a little bit more than we did for the rice, probably about a tablespoon of ginger and a tablespoon of garlic, and that's just going to get mixed together. Pulp both of them and
How come
mix
it's
them
green?
together.
It's usually yellow in colour.
Do you know, it becomes green because as you leave it, this is something that's been prepared in advance, and as it reacts with the salt, the natural salt, it just turns a different colour, doesn't it? Okay, Junaid, I'm going to ask you to just keep mixing that until it becomes really nicely formed together. In the meantime, we've got our...
You know, as I'm doing this, seriously, I'm just trying to learn how these things are being done. Because unfortunately, you know, in our part of the world, our society, we're so that, you know, generally women do most of the cooking and men do most of the eating. So
They can expect you to come home and cook then.
I would love to do it. I would love to do it. It's just that initially my mother didn't allow me to do it because she didn't want me to make a mess of the food. And now it's my wife who doesn't allow me to do this.
Do you know, I think I come from...
She might allow you, you know.
I actually come from a household where men love to cook.
Really?
They love to cook. My father
just
loves
love
to
the
cook.
idea.
His father loved to cook. My father-in-law is amazing.
Seriously?
I picked up so many
It
recipes
just
from
smells
him.
so good.
Now going back to the pulao, I'm just about to add my rice.
Okay.
That is a cup of rice that's gone in there. And I'm just going to just mix it all together so that the rice infuses with the flavours that are in there. And then just a little while after that, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Now, I know that usually rice is 1 cup to 2 cups of water. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. Don't forget, we've already got the tomato in there that's obviously released quite a lot of water. So we just need 1 cup in there, because if you start putting too much water in, it's going to become very soft. You are doing a good job there.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud.
Thank
Your
you.
wife would be very proud. Your wife would be very proud.
It's not out of sheer love that she doesn't want me to cook. She thinks I'm going to be like destroying all the food.
And food is the love of life, isn't it? We look forward to that end meal at the end of the day. We want a good one in front of us.
Yes.
So actually, that's probably the reason why I don't let my husband do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this rice, we've got it simmering. Once it's started boiling, we then let it simmer. This is going to be for the kachumber. Okay, what I want you to do, please, is finely dice the red onion, the green pepper, and the tomatoes. You can just use a couple of tomatoes, that's fine, but they all have to be finely diced, please.
Right.
And then we're going to top that with our coriander and olive oil. Now, kachumber is one of those lovely summer salads. They're very, very refreshing. Mariam, you are writing an autobiography on Junaid Jamshed. Where do you start with something like that?
Well, it's a very vast subject because he started off when he was about 20 something, and there's been lots of ups and downs. He's had the pinnacle of success and is an icon, you know, still an icon in Pakistan and amongst Muslims dispersed around the world. And so it's very interesting life in the sense that he started off, we all know the story that he started off in pop music, and then the journey he made into Islam, you know.
Now what I've done here, Junaid, you've been closely monitoring this, I've noticed that what I've done is I've got a bowl of water here, lukewarm water, and that's why the kebabs form the shape that they do, because the water is there to moisten your hands so that the kebab doesn't stick, the mince doesn't stick to your fingers. And you can form the shape that you want. And it goes in quite nicely. You know what, now we're going to get you to do the last
Seriously?
two. Yeah.
Bismillah. I would love to do it. Oh, both the hands?
Yes, use both the hands just as I was doing. I'm just going to wash mine now.
Oh God.
Nobody's going to ask me to make salad again.
I'm doing this for the first time ever.
You're doing a great job there, Miriam. Keep up with it. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I'm actually making a kebab. I hope everybody watches this. Oh my God. What a debut.
Perfect. I am very impressed.
Seriously?
Look. It just needs to be flattened slightly.
Oh, okay.
Have you been using the water?
I actually did. And,
right, just one more and that should do it.
Do you tend to lose the appetite to eat your own food?
Well, you know, you do.
You do?
But then at the end of the day, it is all about spending that time with your family. It's the most important part of the day. Even if you don't have that family, just spend it with friends, so that that food becomes the focus of your friendship and your relationship with whoever you're having it with. Good food, good company. That's what it's all about. And that's exactly what I'm trying to teach people. It's not a huge labor. This is so simple, and that's exactly what I want to put across. And if I get that message across to my viewers, then I've achieved something.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Here at Yafa.
And what I'm going to do is just mix in the lemon juice and the olive oil. Please, Mariam, if you could pass that on to me. Thank you very
So
much.
call this the kachumber?
The kachumber.
The kachumber. Okay.
Okay.
This is English? This word is English?
Kachumber is actually, no, I mean, this is an Asian dish that we use quite often. It sets off quite nicely against the spice of the curries.
Okay.
It's the side salad that we have. It's a bit like an Indian.
Is it like, there's a word in Urdu for it, which is like, is it like something like kachumar or something?
Kachumbar is the same thing. Kachumbar,
okay.
so you can have the B in as well.
Oh, okay.
That's very similar, that's right. That's
Okay,
just
I get it.
cross languages coming together.
Wow.
Okay, so we've got salt in there, we have pepper in there, and there is your
Wow.
final
This
salad.
actually looks very
It looks great, doesn't it?
appetizing.
Okay,
Yes.
so now we're going to put this all on our plate. So I hear, actually, and you will know this because you're writing his autobiography, something about Junaid doing a voiceover.
Yeah, there is a new cartoon character, a new cartoon out series, and it's done by Junaid's friend. from the Vital Signs.
Yes.
And Junaid's done a voiceover over it. But it's for the first time that a cartoon character, a Muslim cartoon character who goes to prayer, goes to Mecca and saves the world. Yeah. So it's come at the right time. Yeah, when we've got Superman, Batman. And I think that Junaid's voice was amazing on it.
So you do the voiceover for this?
Yeah.
Actually, my friend Shazad, he told me that they were doing something like this, and you know they're coming up with a Muslim superhero.
A Muslim superhero. And is this based on anyone at all?
It's actually, I think we as Muslims have had so many heroes in our history. It's unfortunate that we don't talk about it, and our children don't know about it because those people are not taught in school. So a mixture of some of the great traits of some of the heroes that we had in the past. The character is based on that, you know, some of the companions of the Prophet, and then you had Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi, and then you had Muhammad bin Qasim and Tariq bin Ziyad, you know, all these people who played such a great role in the Muslim history. So it's basically that. And
this is a fantastic way of categorizing and giving them some identity and characters that children can really identify with and just have fun with, really.
And it's called the Buraq. It's called the Buraq. So there's this man, a very gallant man who's out there to save people, save the world. And before he goes in, he makes a prayer and he asks Allah for help, and that's how he goes out. And you know, so it's more like that.
Guys, what do you think of that? Amazing.
It looks actually looks amazing.
It's all about colours, isn't it? Look at the contrast of colours there. It automatically makes the food look appetizing.
And the way you've actually presented it, you know. So tell me, if we were at a restaurant and this dish was being made, so how much time would it take over there?
Oh, in a restaurant? Don't forget, lots of things are pre-prepared in a restaurant, and you've got your sous chefs. So it's taken us. How long has it taken us? Probably about half an hour to make this dish.
Thank you.
And look how appetizing it is. Amazing.
It would have taken me hours at home.
Okay. There you go.
Or was it the fact that we helped you?
Help is always good. Junaid, start eating it and telling me how it tastes.
Okay, yes, I would.
Okay. You see, in this country, that would be a no.
Wow. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
That actually means that means a lot. That means a lot. A lady coming from a country originally where kebab is such a big thing, and obviously
it's so tasty
from you as well.
The broth.
One. Join me in a second. So this is that part of the show where I get to put my feet up whilst my guests go head to head for the love of food. How round is your roti challenge? I have a feeling this is going to be very interesting. We have Junaid Jamshed and Miriam Adams going head to head for this challenge. Excited?
Yes.
I'm actually just thinking, you know, how many rotis have I eaten in my life?
And how many have you made, more interestingly?
Never.
Well, there you go. This is the first.
Has to be the first time.
Right, now, the objective of this competition is to see who can make the roundest roti in the shortest time. It has to be fully cooked and on this plate. And the first one to achieve that is the winner. Okay, are we ready?
Goodness.
Pick up your rolling pins. On your marks.
Okay.
Get set. No cheating, Junaid. Go. You're on a time constraint. Okay, look, Miriam has already started rolling.
Okay.
I would start doing the same if I were you.
Oh.
Miriam, good work. Good work, sister. This is a round roti coming out. Okay, have you done this before?
Yes.
You have.
Not successfully, but I have.
I'm impressed.
Everybody laughs when I do it, but I still do it.
Let's just announce the winner now.
And you told me you didn't know how to make this. And look at you.
Exactly. See?
I would get that on now. It doesn't matter if it's small. I would just start getting it on. That's great. Okay.
This is a multi-purpose.
I have won. Why are we proceeding? This is terrible.
This is a pancake and a roti.
I have won. You might as well give up.
You just see
that? That's a joke.
So this is your tawa and this is my tawa,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
Just in
so
case
there
you...
it is.
Do you know, the difference is not in the khabbaz, the difference is in the roti.
I'll make this one very good, you see.
He's sabotaging your efforts over there.
There you
I
go.
think actually he may well be
There you
taking
go.
credit.
Even this
So
one's
much,
gonna be
Shibana, you've lost.
Well, okay, I think that one might be ready to go on the plate. Do you want to just turn off your cookers?
It's and the other one was mine.
I would like you both to handle your respective rotis.
You know what? Even if I lose,
Do it with dignity and pride, Junaid.
yeah,
Dignity
I'm actually
and pride.
quite proud of the fact that I actually made a roti.
That's true. That's true.
I'm actually very proud of the fact
quite true.
that
Somebody's
I
ever made it.
actually
Right.
made a roti
Of all the accomplishments in
And
your
I-
life, where do you rate that?
right at the top.
Okay, so we're going to hold them up and see whose is roundest. I don't think actually that we need a genius here to work out which one's the
I
roundest.
never thought I'd win hands down like this.
So Mariam wins for having the
My
roundest.
family's gonna be very proud, you see.
But as for being done, yes, that is definitely cooked, Junaid. We are looking at round, stodgy, and undercooked. I am sorry, not round and not cooked.
You know, actually, I'm quite happy that she won.
No,
If you would have lost, that would have been like really bad.
I love this. He lost on purpose, just for you.
Oh,
Great,
so
it was
sweet,
great.
so
There you go.
Okay,
There you
thank
go.
you so
Gentlemen.
much.
Bless
Thank
you.
you so much
Bless
for
you.
joining me on this show. It has been entertaining. Entertaining is the understatement. It's been hilarious. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
And join me next time on For the Love of Food, where we'll be mustering up more culinary delights. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.